Someone just received a divine instruction about you. Right now, at this very moment, there's a person walking this earth who doesn't even know why they can't stop thinking about you. They wake up with your name on their heart, and they don't understand it. They feel pulled toward you by something they can't explain, something that defies their logic, their past experiences, even their own plans. And here's what's going to shake you. This isn't coincidence, this isn't luck, and this definitely isn't something you manifested on your own. God Himself has given someone a direct assignment concerning your life, and that assignment is to love you in a way you've never experienced before. Not the conditional love you've grown used to, not the love that comes with terms and conditions, but unreserved, unfiltered, unshakable love that mirrors how heaven sees you. Before you skip ahead or close this video thinking this is just another feel-good message, I need you to understand something critical. What I'm about to reveal will completely shift how you see the relationships forming around you right now. And if you miss this, you'll miss recognizing the very person God is strategically positioning in your path. Stay with me, because by the time we're done, you're going to know exactly what signs to look for, what the enemy is trying to do to block this, and why your recent seasons of isolation were absolutely necessary for this divine connection. The instruction didn't come from human desire. It came from the throne room. And when God instructs someone to love you, hell itself cannot stop what's been set in motion. Let me take you somewhere most people never go when they talk about divine love and connections. We're always hearing about soulmates and destiny and God bringing people together, but nobody talks about the actual mechanism of how God downloads assignments into human hearts. You see, when God decides that you need a specific type of love in your life, He doesn't send out a memo or post an announcement. He whispers into the spirit of a chosen vessel, and that whisper becomes an unshakable knowing in their soul. The person He's chosen to love you unreservedly doesn't even realize they're carrying a heavenly mandate at first. They just know they're drawn to you in a way that makes no earthly sense. Let me paint you a picture of what this actually looks like in the natural realm. There's someone right now who finds themselves praying for you without even knowing your full story. They see your name on social media and feel a warmth in their chest they can't explain. They hear about something you're going through and feel genuine pain, not the surface-level sympathy people offer to look good, but actual heartache that disturbs their peace until they intercede for you. This is not normal human behavior, and that's exactly the point. When God instructs someone to love you, He literally rewires their capacity for care. In 1 Corinthians 13, verses 4 through 8, Paul doesn't just describe what love looks like. He describes what love does when it's operating under divine instruction. Love is patient, love is kind. It does not envy, it does not boast, it is not proud. It does not dishonor others, it is not self-seeking, it is not easily angered, it keeps no record of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil but rejoices with the truth. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always perseveres. Love never fails. Read that again, but this time, imagine those aren't just poetic words. Imagine those are the actual operating instructions God downloaded into someone's heart specifically for you. Every single characteristic Paul lists isn't aspirational for this person, it's their assignment. They're not trying to be patient with you, they're supernaturally equipped with patience that defies their natural personality. They're not working up the strength to keep no record of wrongs. They literally cannot hold your past against you, because God erased the ability to do so from their heart concerning you. This is where it gets absolutely wild, and I need you to really hear this. If you've been noticing someone in your life who seems almost supernaturally unbothered by things that would make other people run, if there's someone who keeps showing up for you even when you've given them every logical reason to walk away, you're not looking at exceptional human willpower. You're looking at someone operating under heaven's instruction. And here's the part that's going to wreck some of your theology. God doesn't ask this person's permission before he assigns them to you. He doesn't give them a choice in the matter, because divine assignments aren't democratic processes. He simply marks their spirit with your name, and suddenly everything in their life begins to orient around being the love you need. Now, before you hit me with the free will argument, understand this. God isn't forcing them to love you against their will. He's awakening a love in them that was predestined before either of you took your first breath. Ephesians 2 verse 10 says, "For we are God's handiwork, created in Christ Jesus to do good works, which God prepared in advance for us to do." That word, prepared in advance, is doing heavy lifting in your life right now. Before you were born, before this person was born, God already mapped out the moment when their love would intersect with your need. He prepared them in advance to be the answer to prayers you haven't even prayed yet. Think about that for a second. Right now, someone is being prepared to answer prayers that are still forming in your spirit. But here's where most people miss it entirely, and this is critical if you want to recognize what God is doing. The person instructed to love you unreservedly won't look like what you expected. They won't fit the checklist you made during your lonely nights. They won't match the description you gave God during your desperate prayers, and they definitely won't arrive in the package you were looking for. God is not Amazon Prime. He doesn't deliver based on your specifications. He delivers based on his knowledge of what you actually need versus what you think you want. I can already hear some of you getting nervous because there's someone in your life right now who fits what I'm describing, but you've been avoiding them because they don't match your type. They don't have the career status you wanted. They don't look like the image you had in your head. They don't come from the background you thought would complement your story. If you're not careful, and I mean genuinely careful, you're going to miss the very person carrying heaven's instruction to love you because you're too busy looking for someone who matches your Pinterest board. And God, in his mercy, might let you learn that lesson the hard way. Subscribe to God's Prophecy Message channel right now, because what I'm about to reveal next about the spiritual warfare surrounding this divine connection is something the enemy absolutely does not want you to understand. The enemy knows about this assignment before you do. Let me say that again so it sinks deep into your spirit. The devil knows someone has been instructed to love you unreservedly before you even meet them. And the moment God issues that instruction, hell convenes an emergency meeting about your life. You think I'm being dramatic, but I'm being literally biblical. In the book of Daniel, chapter 10, we get a rare glimpse behind the curtain of spiritual warfare. Daniel prayed, and heaven immediately dispatched an answer, but that answer was delayed for 21 days because of demonic resistance. The angel literally tells Daniel, "The prince of the Persian kingdom resisted me 21 days. Then Michael, one of the chief princes, came to help me." If heaven's answers to prayer face resistance from demonic princes, what makes you think the person assigned to love you is going to reach you without a fight? The enemy's strategy is actually brilliant in its evil simplicity. He can't stop God's instruction that's already been issued, and it's irreversible, but what he can do is create so much noise, so much distraction, so much counterfeit connection in your life that you completely miss the real thing when it arrives. Right now, some of you are entertaining relationships that feel good but lead nowhere. They're not necessarily bad people, they're just not your people, and more specifically, they're not the person carrying heaven's assignment for you. But they're taking up the space, the emotional bandwidth, the time, and the attention that should be reserved for recognizing the real when it shows up. This is demonic strategy 101. If he can't stop the blessing, he'll make sure you're too distracted to receive it. And here's the kicker that's going to make you pause and evaluate everything. Sometimes the enemy uses your past pain to make you reject your future love. You've been hurt before deeply, And I'm not minimizing that trauma.